Hey Sarah, good afternoon. Hey, I was just wondering. It's already been 2 weeks since you moved into that house. Are you all settled in? How are you holding up?
Oh, hey, Arlene. Good of you to call. Surprised that anybody was keeping track of it. Thanks.
Oh, yeah. Well, our kids are about the same age and will probably be going to the same school.
I'm a bit settled in, but still getting used to the place. But I did get a feeling for the neighborhood and a good idea where all the shops are, especially the supermarket.
Oh, yeah? You do all your shopping, huh?
Excuse me?
Well, you live in that huge house. I figured you'd have a maid or two to do all the grocery shopping and cleaning around the house.
Yeah, right. Well, I am planning on hiring a gardener and someone to do the house maintenance when it's needed, but no maid at the moment. I plan to do all the cooking and cleaning and anything else that needs to be done.
Oh, really? I see. I didn't realize you had such a working class mentality.
Are you serious? Working class mentality? Seems a bit rude.
Oh, please. I was only kidding. Don't take it literally.
I'm sorry, I really have to get back to work.
Don't tell me you also work. Yeah, right. I've never seen you leave the house for work or anything.
I work at home. Online. With all the technology now, you really don't have to leave your home. Things have really changed in the last few years.
Is that right? I thought you were just a regular housewife. I see. So you're working.
Okay, like I said, I really have to be getting back to work. Goodbye!
All right then. Talk to you again.
Hello, Arlene? Do you have a little time?
Yeah, what is it?
Yeah, my son Carl. He was saying something weird today, and I was just wondering.
Yeah, Carl. What about him?
I hope you're not offended by what I'm about to say, but I had to make sure I had it right. Could you verify something for me?
Oh, yeah. Okay. What is it?
Again, I'm just trying to confirm something, so don't take it the wrong way. Are you seeing James? Like, just the two of you meeting somewhere?
Huh? Why do you ask?
You know that your house is on the way from my son's school, right? Carl said he saw James going into your house on several occasions.
Oh, I see. So he saw him, huh? Well, I suppose if there's a witness, there's no use in denying it. Yep, that's right. Your son isn't mistaken.
I have been meeting with your husband James on numerous occasions.
And I have to admit, it's very... how can I put this? A mature, adult relationship, if you get my meaning.
You're not serious.
I am, and we've been seeing each other quite a few times. You've probably noticed that he's been out quite a bit recently.
Yes, I certainly noticed that. It hasn't been his normal everyday routine recently. Now I see what's going on.
Ever since I saw him when you were first moving in, well, I had my eye on him.
Excuse me?
The reason why I sent you that line message was just a ploy to get acquainted and be a little closer to James. Worked out nicely, in my opinion. I really have to thank you for acting as our matchmaker, if you will.
Hold on a second. Arlene, you're forgetting something, aren't you? You're married, if I remember correctly.
Yes, that's right. But my husband is away on a business trip. No, Not really a trip, though. He's working out of state for about a year now. That's why I was able to make my home our little love nest, if you will.
Let me get this straight. You're married, but you have no qualms about having a fling? What in God's name were you thinking?
Oh, having a fling? It's nothing of the sort. You don't understand, Sarah. We're in love. We're both in agreement. We both want this. No one is having a little fling. This is the real deal.
What I'm saying is it's not what a married woman would do.
What can I say? We are in love. There's nothing we or anybody else can do about it.
You're being totally illogical. You can't just say you're in love and that's it.
There's nothing to worry about. All you have to do is divorce him and I'll marry him. Everyone's happy, right?
You are totally demented. Besides, there is no use talking with you. Anyway, let me ask you a little about James. I may even have to force you guys to stop seeing each other. This isn't over.
Oh my, did I anger you? If it's about compensation, don't worry about that. I'll pay for that, no problem. And as for James, he's staying over at my house tonight, so he won't be home for dinner or breakfast.
Let me just ask you one thing. Why James? Why did you target him?
It's obvious, isn't it? What does a woman want from a guy the most? Money, of course. His high annual salary, and he's certain not lacking in that department.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, well, maybe I talked a little too much, so may as well tell you.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Your husband makes $500,000 a year, and I did the deed with him. So just hurry up and divorce him and forget about the whole thing.
Okay. $500,000 a year? What the hell are you talking about? Where did that come from?
Okay, see ya.
Oh, sorry about that. Didn't realize you had lined me since last night. I had my phone in my briefcase. Didn't notice it until now. Sorry. You messaged me a bunch of times, I see. Is it urgent?
Urgent? Are you nuts, James? Of course it's urgent. Do you realize what you've done?
Huh? What is it? Are you pissed about something?
Oh no, I'm not pissed, dear. Of course I am. What the hell were you thinking? Where the hell are you anyway?
I'm at my girlfriend's place. The one I recently started seeing.
Are you talking to Arlene?
Huh? You know about her, sis?
Yeah, I got it straight from the horse's mouth.
Oh, I see. Oh, well. Now that you know, I'm going out with Arlene. As you already know. So I don't know why I'm telling you. I know your kids go to the same school as hers. But I would appreciate it if you would not make a big fuss about it.
What is it with you, James? You seem so blasé about it.
Huh? Really? I think I'm actually acting pretty normal.
You do realize that she's a married woman.
Huh? Say again?
I'm saying that this Arlene of yours, she's got a husband.
Excuse me? You're kidding, right?
By your reaction, I can tell that you had no inkling.
I know she has 2 kids, but I figured she was a single mom. She never mentioned a husband.
She said her husband is working out of state. At least for a couple of years, it seems.
You're not serious.
What's Arlene doing now?
She's still asleep.
How about her kids? Where are they?
She has the kids stay at her folks' place when I stay over, so they're not here at the moment.
Okay, I see. Just act normally and don't say that I called or that you know she has a husband. Just do as you usually do and come straight home. I know you probably have some affection for her, but we have to do something. For now, just get home and we'll discuss what we'll be doing going forward.
Okay. Yeah, sis. See you later then.
Sarah, are you there? Where is James? Do you have him locked up at home? Where is he? I haven't been able to contact him the last couple of days. What have you done with him? Just because he chose me over you? That doesn't give you the right to come between our love. You're really playing dirty, you know that, Sarah.
Lock him up? Are you serious? I don't have some weird fetish to lock my little brother up in his room.
Huh?
Huh?
What do you mean, little brother?
Yeah, my little brother James. I call him Jimmy, actually.
Huh? Hold it a second. You're telling me he's not your husband?
Jimmy, my husband? Are you serious? My husband died 3 years ago. So that $500,000 that you had your eye on? I'm sorry to break it to you, but that annual salary can't be my husband's. Obviously.
You're making this up, right?
And no way Jimmy has that kind of annual salary.
You're kidding, right? Then who is it that has the $500,000 annual salary?
Maybe you're thinking of our grandfather who recently passed away?
Your grandfather?
You might remember that there was an old man living here alone before we moved in.
Yes, I do recall there was someone living there, but I didn't give it much thought.
That was our late grandpa. Or, more accurately, he was my husband's father. When he was alive, he was a pretty well-established real estate owner. And he bought and sold property all around the state, even some out of state. I was told he made close to $500,000 a year. Before he passed away recently, he divided up the inheritance and he drew up a will that would leave an equal amount to all family members. As for this house, he left the house to my husband and I, then to me, since my husband passed away 3 years ago.
Oh, so does that mean... That means you, Sarah, you're the sole owner of that huge house?
That's right.
You're not serious, are you?
Luckily, my grandfather knew that I would be able to maintain the house financially, and he knew that his son cherished the place. It had a lot of memories, so he left the house to me. After my father retired from his company, we all moved into this house. Me, my son Carl, my younger brother James, and my folks. The 5 of us live here now.
I can't believe this! James never mentioned all of this. So there was no reason to even take James from you.
Yeah, I was wondering why you were so adamant about going out with my brother. When I told him that you were married and that your husband was working out of state, he was pretty shocked. He had no idea that you were married. He thought you were just a single mom. As a matter of fact, you told him that, right? He feels he was duped into the relationship. So, I would appreciate it if you would leave my brother alone. He wants nothing to do with you.
Just out of curiosity, what kind of annual income does James have?
Well, considering his age, probably average.
Oh, really? Well, if that's the case, no thanks. I want nothing to do with him. Goodbye. Hey, Sarah, what's the meaning of this? Did you spill the beans about my little affair with James to my husband?
Yes, told him all about it. Actually, not exactly me. It was James. He told him directly.
Are you serious? He just went ahead and told him everything. Has he totally lost his mind?
Well, you know, my brother just couldn't let that pass. He felt he'd been conned. He simply couldn't let it go. I remember that you told me where your husband worked, so I told him. And then after he asked around and found out where to contact him, my brother felt bad about the whole affair. He didn't think you were married. He needed to apologize to your husband and told him everything that happened. He had to get it off his chest is what he had to do.
What the hell was he thinking? You know what happened because of his stupidity? My husband divorced me. That's what happened. Are you guys happy now?
Oh, is that so? That's really too bad.
And what's more, I lost custody to my child, and now I have to pay compensation as well as educational support.
Oh, yeah? Really sorry to hear that. Well, I guess it was your fault. I wish you luck.
Excuse me? What's with the attitude? Don't you even feel a little remorse for what you did? You ruined my life! I have no family now! What the hell am I going to do now?
Remorse? No, not a bit. It was all of your making. Because of your dumb little mistake, my brother was used like some toy and tossed away. How do you think he feels? He is my brother, and I love him, and I would do anything to protect him. You should be the one having remorse. The whole family is worried about my brother's mental stability. He was really hurt. Did you even stop to think about that? After he talked to your husband and confessed to what he did, he has finally come to grips with this whole mess. So I would appreciate it if you would just butt out and leave our family alone.
You can't talk to me that way. I was going to allow him to get back with me. Don't come crying to me later on because I will simply ignore him. I have way more important things to do.
What the hell are you talking about? You really think my brother would go back to you? You conned him into this because you thought you'd get rich. You didn't give 2 cents about him. He would never go back to a conniving, money-grubbing little witch like you. You show your face in front of us again, you'll regret it.
How dare you say such a...
I hear you had to promise that you would never come near your family again. Isn't that what your husband demanded of you? If that's the case, the same goes for our family. Please, get lost.
You people are evil! I was going to live with my parents, but they cut all ties with me. I'm alone, completely alone. What have you done to me? I have to work to pay child support. How can I do that alone? Isn't there one person in this whole world that will be on my side?
I really don't want to hear this crap any longer. Please get lost. I heard that Arlene never really worked much, just some part-time jobs here and there over the years. And now she is forced to work and pay child support all by herself. Well, it's all of her making. But after all that, she failed to admit her guilt. She finally found a live-in job at a family-run restaurant. It went okay for a while, until she started making moves towards the owner's son. She apparently tried her con game again, but the owner found out and fired her. On top of that, the owner pressed charges, and she was forced to pay compensation. By all accounts, the son was married. When I heard that, I just shook my head in dismay. But she wasn't finished just yet. Evidently, she borrowed money from some shady loan agency and, not surprisingly, got into trouble again. I later heard she came crying back to her ex-husband, apparently fearing for her life. But she soon realized she was no longer able to contact anybody. I never heard what happened to her after that.